We're here today, here in Long Beach, for the signing of SB 1383, one of, I think, the biggest climate pollutant bills that we've done this year. And I'm here from the Central Valley because one of the big climate pollutants is our dairies and our agriculture and what we do with that. We have high rates of asthma down here around a large industry. We also have high rates of asthma in the valley where people make a living by farming. And so what this did was actually invite the agriculture industry to the table, which is an incredibly important part. If we really want to focus on our environment, we need to be able to do it with agriculture, and I think through this bill, agriculture has really proved that they're an industry willing to come to the table if they're invited, to be able to say, how can we do this in a way that makes sense for everybody? And that's what this compromise was able to do, was able to provide some money for dairy digesters, anaerobic digesters, so to be able to address some of these issues. We're going to have some time to implement it, but I think you're going to see a vast difference in outcomes and asthma rates, and just in our air quality. And again, I think it's a really a huge step at being able to have agriculture and the environment work in cohort, and I think when we do it here in California with the richest agricultural ground in the world, that we will really prove that you can do it other places in the world and certainly other places around the United States. This bill and the deliberative process it underwent, I think, stands as an example of what can be accomplished in a legislature where members seek to represent all communities and where we work to ensure that we don't accomplish one goal by undermining another.
It's going to foster incredible innovation, and the technology that will be built for our dairy farms and will be built by cars and other kinds of business will be technology like the Apple phone and all the rest of it is picked up by the whole world.
I represent an area that is largely agriculture, and people oftentimes pass laws, or we feel that that laws are passed, kind of my constituents upon them, from a lot of very progressive coastal regions, which is great, but we also don't have the diversity of the economies that they do. Ours is more dependent upon ag, and we are as invested in saving the environment as anybody else. But to actually be able to work in concert, to be able to achieve those two things together, to keep agriculture strong, it's one of the number one economies in California, and also to maintain our standing as the environmental kind of ambassadors of the world are really addressing this issue of climate change.